Hey folks, welcome back to the studio. My name is Alita, and today we are doing a laser project and baking. It is super cold, the holidays are coming up. I want to get some stuff baked. What I have here is a Cork Trivet. We're going to laser engrave this and go ahead and bake something to use on this. So let's get started. To begin, I am using light burn, and all I've done is gone through and I wrote out my recipe, and the square on the outside is the size of the cork. And I'm going to add in a few little details down here and everything, and then we'll be ready to engrave this. So let me get this finished and we'll head over to the engraver. So this is going to take about an hour. So we'll go ahead and come back and see how it turns out. See you then. Alright, the laser is done. Let's go ahead and see how this turned out. And there it is. That looks really good. So I have recently switched the cork that I was getting to this one, and I have to say I like this one better. I'll go over that in a minute. But yeah, so we have oranges, nuts, and coconuts. Pretty cool. Alright, we're back in the kitchen, and I have the oven set to 350, and here is my recipe. So real quick, I wanted to go over the two different types of cork that I've used. So this here is the first one, and this is the first recipe, and as you can see, yes, the letters are bigger, but even at that, you can barely see them, you know. As far as the thickness, the new stuff is thicker, but if you look, this one here is a finer grain, and this is more, larger chunks and everything. So it creates a nice smooth finish and is a little bit lighter because it is chopped up more. As far as flexibility, there's that one. So it is stiffer and everything as well. Like I said, I really like this new one. I'll put a link for this one in the description. I don't like that. The other thing is I do make the round ones, like this one here, and they're pretty close. This one's still a little bit finer, but I can't find this in the rectangle. But that actually looks really good, and it shows up, both of them. The fine details and everything show up way better on this new cork. So yeah, I'll have the link for this in the description and the round if you guys are interested. So the first step to this is while the oven is preheating, we're going to go ahead and throw in our butter into our baking dish here, and just 4 tablespoons of butter. This is going to go into the oven to melt. And we can do that while it's preheating. So I'm melting the butter while it is preheating. Next, we're going to go ahead and do our dry ingredients. So you can do this, by hand, or you can do it in a mixer. That is up to you. take out my little bear. Have you ever heard of the ceramic bear? So apparently if you have an issue with your brown sugar clumping up, you soak a ceramic bear or a ceramic thing for like 5 minutes, pat it dry, and you put it in, and it softens and keeps the brown sugar soft and non-clumping. I never knew about that. Found it out on the internet, so we picked up some ceramic bears. I'll link these in the description. They also work with white sugar, how they clump up, but you just don't moisten it. You just put it in dry. And yeah, it works out great. And the really cool thing about the ceramic bear is if it is already clumpy, within half an hour, it starts loosening it up. So you can save your brown sugar. And in goes the bear. Alright, so we have brown sugar, flour, baking soda's next. Give this a good mix. Okay, so I have a cavity. And in the wet ingredients. Now, when it comes to nuts, use your favorite or whatever you have on hand. Right now I have some pecans. I'm going to chop up about 2 cups worth of these. Add to the mixer. You can do a variety of nuts. You can do, pistachios, you can do cashews. It's whatever you want. It's a nice thing about this recipe. Like, I add in the orange because I like the orange citrus flavor into it. From there, you can add in a little bit of cinnamon, which, you know what? I think I'm going to. Let's put in some cinnamon. There you go. You can do nutmeg, you can do clove, whatever you want. Alright, so I'm going to throw in the shredded coconut. There we go. Give this a quick mix. And there we have it. Well, apparently that didn't record, so Melted butter. I poured the mixture into the butter, spread it out just a little bit, but don't mix the butter into the batter. Now this is ready for the oven. It is out of the oven, and we're going to go ahead and let this cool for a little while and then finish them up. Alright, so they are still warm, but the pan is manageable. Go ahead and remove some of, cut them up and remove them. I find this is easier, just to cut them in the pan. And cut them into whatever size bars you want to serve, that sort of thing. I think originally they were done up in like bars like this and dusted them, and then they wrote Noel across it with icing. You can do whatever you want, decorate them, that sort of thing. So, get my fancy plate out here. And when you pull them out, just take a little bit of powdered sugar. And there you have it. So, how do they taste? Well, let's see. I'm just going to take a small bit. And there you go. It's cakey. You can see the nuts in it. It's moist. It is still warm. So when they cool off, they won't crumble as bad. So if you want to wait for them to cool in the pan, you can do that as well. So let's go ahead and taste this. Oh yeah. So it's very moist, but flaky and everything like that. The nuts are perfect. They're mild. I usually don't like nuts and stuff, but I love them in this. The coconut is there, but not overpowering. And then you get that hint of vanilla and orange. So yeah, these are one of my favorite holiday treats. Well, I hope you enjoyed this. I know it's a slightly different from what I normally do, but it incorporates everything. So, project with a good treat. I mean, why not? So if you did like it, please leave a comment. Give us something to like and consider subscribing. Leave a comment below and let me know what would you put into your Noel bars. What are some of your favorite things? I've thought about doing caramel. If you'd like to get the recipe, you can find it on my blog. I'll have it there. Full recipe with pictures of all this. If you'd like to pick up one of these trivets or have one made, so if you have a recipe that you'd like on a trivet for a gift, send me a message on Etsy and we'll see what we can do. It does have to be written short form like this for it to fit. Anything, lengthy is not going to fit. But yeah, if you want to pick up one of these that I've already, make up, I think this is my 5th recipe right now. There's like roast chicken and a potato casserole. The original, peach cobbler, stuff like that. So you can find those in my Etsy shop. I'll link those below. I'll also link the cork that I get. So if you want to make your own, you may do that. I'll show a link for this one, not that one, but this Cork template. That way you can get the nicer stuff. And I'll link a few other things in there, like the brown sugar bear. Like I said, they're handy. So yeah, you can find the links for everything in the description below in the pinned comment, and including the link to the blog with the recipe. And I hope you enjoyed this little holiday treat, and I will see you next time. Enjoy, and always stay creative. Just one more for the go. These are so good.